This is Harlem Network News, and I'm Terri Wisdom, and actually approaching the Malcolm Shabazz Harlem Market, which has moved from 116th in the open market to the old Conway Store. Approaching right now. I'm going to go inside and really see what's happening. There's a lot of information coming out on social media, and I want to make sure that I talk to those in charge and get some clarity as to what's going on here in Harlem. Terri Wisdom, Harlem Network News. All right, I'll be right with you. Okay, yeah, so we're here at the new market right here on 116th Street. And they have moved to be inside, and I'm just going down the road. This is Harlem Network News, and obviously we want everyone to know exactly what's happening here in Harlem. You know, as you can see, there's lots of goods, and this is really quite a transformation because, as many know, we had the mart on 125th Street, and we have vendors on 125th Street. And that's going back, I want to say, 30 years. And the market was moved to one location, which was outside in a parking lot. And then it was moved right to 116th between 5th and Lenox. Now it has been moved right here inside where the old Conways was. This is a huge move. They've been outside for many years, braving the cold, clients, but we are glad that they are still here. As you can see, the goods are amazing, just amazing. And they're just getting settled. And people are getting their things together. We see some beautiful leather bags here. Amazing. And we're going through the entire mart, which some of it is just being set up. But we're very excited about this. So there are many questions, that the community has. And we are looking forward to an official interview with the mosque, who actually is the owner of the lot where all took place. So we're very, very, very excited. And this is Terri Wisdom and Harlem Network News. And as you can see, the mark is behind me. And we want to get clarity so that the community is clear.
Thank you. Praise be to God. I'm Imam Pasha. I'm the Imam of the historical Masjid Malcolm Shabazz, which is the mosque in which Malcolm X started under that leadership of Honorable Elijah Muhammad. May God be pleased with both of them for their great and noble work. My involvement with the market started back in 1994 on the vendors on 125th Street. And during that time, as you probably know, in this area of 116th Street, Malcolm X Boulevard, really was nothing but abandoned buildings and vacant lots. And when I became the leader by the choice of the people, asking the people me to come and take the leadership after the passing of Imam Ali Rashid, my background is in business. I spent my life in the plumbing industry. So developing and building with my own personal family was something that I always did. So when I seen the vacant lots and seen all these things, I began to inquire about getting these lots and bringing in affordable houses, mixed use, to serve the community. And in '94, I was approached by many of the vendors who were working on 125th Street that there was an effort to remove them from that. I think the first effort I heard about was under the Honorable Mayor David Dinkins, who tried to negotiate something because of the conflict between the vendors and the stores there who were, paying high taxes and etc. And at the same time, some of the products the vendors were selling was the same in the store. And Mayor Dinkins tried to do the best he could, and it did not, go the way he wanted to go. And then the new administration under Mayor Ruff Giuliani came in and took a kind of a hard line stand based on that. And they were threatening, and looks like there was going to be really a burning of 125th Street, riots, and etc. I grew up in Brooklyn, so I know about those kind of times when things happen, earlier assassinations and things like that, and we kind of did that. So my thinking was always, no, we can't do that no more. We can't burn up our own community. We got to find another way. So those vendors came to me because they attended my mosque, the prayer service, and they asked me, most of them are from Africa, and they asked me would I succeed and help them. And I then met with the city agencies. They came to see me, and I said to them, well, I'll be willing to pay to gravel this vacant lot where the Renaissance is now, and bring them there and fence it in.
And where was that location?
Right here, 116th Street.
Okay.
What's now called the Renaissance Housing.
Okay.
It was a vacant lot. So they agreed to let me use that lot, and we gravelled it and put the tents up. And I brought them there, and I told them, listen, this is not 125th Street. However, at least here, we will be able to protect you where police won't harass you, they won't bother you, and in time we will be able to build something up for you. I said again, that was back in 1994.
Wow.
You know,
what a time. What
yes,
a time. And what was the connection of the inside market on 125th to the vendors?
125.
Yes. Yeah. How did that fit in?
Because once I did that, then there was a change between the state, new governor, Republican, and Giuliani, Republican, in the city. So that they seen I did this, they approached me, the state did, and asked me would I step in and help with Mark 125.
Okay.
And I told them, really, not really. I mean, I'm only trying to help these members here who attend my community and etc.
Right.
And I didn't want to get into politics of 125th Street and what have you. And they came 3 or 4 times and asked me that they really needed the help. And then some of the vendors in the mart at the time, where they said they wouldn't get into services, nothing was happening, it was falling apart. And I agreed to step in with my team to take and do that. And even that one, I had to put up money to the state in order to go in there and help.
Okay, in Mark 125.
Mark 125, so we did that and brought that success, put it back into play and etc. But I said 125 was a very political situation.
Right,
so
and it still is, as it
so
stands
over a long
vacant.
period of time,
wow.
I didn't want to keep dealing with that situation. So they wanted me to step away because I would not follow what they wanted and what have you. I wanted to be fair, just with the vendors. That's who we are, and what have you. My religion, my faith, and etc. So I told them I can't undermine things. So if you want me to leave, I will. So we left there, but we continued here in this site. And as I began to look to do development and got a team of builders and ourselves, our company is Malcolm Shabazz Development Corporation.
Okay.
All right. So
Malcolm
our
Shabazz
501c,
Development Corporation. Okay. Wonderful.
Non-for-profit corporation.
Beautiful.
And through that one, I joint ventured and pulled in other smaller black developers and merged them in with some of the bigger developers so that we could build affordable homes here on this site. Once we did that, we moved from there.
Okay, so the affordable home over there.
Yeah, the home ownership
Renaissance.
program. Right.
Okay.
At the same time, on 117th Street, I was developing affordable home ownership when we built Malcolm Shabazz Gardens on 117th and 118th Street. Those are 42-unit houses.
Right.
I had to fight city, state, and everybody to make it affordable because the AMI was so high, and I fought, and God blessed us to finally design those houses with our own culture of Islam and African history.
Beautiful.
And they wanted me to build single-family homes, and I refused. And I told them a single-family home was not what the Europeans did. When they came with these brownstones, they made those 3 or 4 stories so that they can move their families through and they can go. So I insisted on that. We wind up building, I wanted 3 rental units and 1 duplex and a complete finished basement for a homeowner. And I was tying or gearing up towards the single parents, people who live in Harlem, went off to college, want to come back, own something.
Excellent.
Then I designed it that the 1-bedroom apartment would be for a senior citizen who was still active, didn't want to go into a senior home, and then a single mother with 2 children. So I got a 2-bedroom for her who's working, and she wanted a decent place. And with that, today, all the economic changes of foreclosure, etc., those 42 homes, none of them ever foreclosed on.
Wow.
Because it gave them that opportunity.
Okay,
so,
that's a Harlem story. Everybody doesn't know that.
Yes,
so thank you for sharing.
And then I said from here, we moved the vendors to 116th and 5th Avenue, you know, where what's now called the Millennium on 5th. That was vacant lot. So I had to move them there when we started building there. And we stayed up there for a while, and then the Millennium on 5th was going to be built. And then we moved them to the last place that we were sitting here and built that one out. But always with the intention that we would also develop that site. So praise be to God, all those years, we finally was able to put something together to develop that site, like I said, with mixed use, of affordable for folks, an AMI that would be 40% rather than the 180s and 60s.
Okay.
You know, all of that kind of stuff. So now we was able to close. We're going to build that. It'll take about 3 years.
Okay.
And once this temporary site we in now, once we finish that site, we'll move back there into a permanent location. Building, inshallah.
Okay.
It's short. It's a long story.
Yeah, no, but it's informative. I thought it was extremely important to ask you these questions because we know now with all the things that are happening, you know, there's different information. And we're not sure if it was misinformation, what was happening.
Yes, ma'am.
So that's why here at Harlem Network News, I thought it was extremely important to come to the source so we could understand that there was a move and we're temporarily here.
That's correct.
In what was the Conway site, a school. And did most of the vendors that were in the outdoor space, did most of them have the opportunity to come over?
Well, everybody
did. They come over?
Oh, yeah,
okay.
All of them came. Yeah, everybody's here.
Okay.
And I won't be able to get them out of here neither.
Right, yeah,
You see that snow today, and
right.
Thank God we
right,
inside.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Oh, no. Our relationship with our incubator program, my whole program was about temporarily helping them. And you will see in this card of 116th Street up on 7th Avenue, a lot of the time, there was a lot of apartment buildings that the city owned, and they had vacant storefronts. So my program agreement with them that once I prepare these folks in this incubator program, then City of New York, I want to be able to move them into those places. We will rehab the storefronts, but you now would have to, for 3 years, give them a very low rent to give them a chance to what's name. So throughout these buildings you see here, NRP buildings, etc., those were people who were in the market, who graduated, and we put them in those storefronts, and they've been there for years.
Okay, so that's amazing. One of the questions that, and this is a complex question that some members of the community have, because a lot of the vendors in the outdoor spaces are, we're all of African descent, but there didn't seem to be as many African Americans that were part of the vendorship. Right. Can you address that, or what are the thoughts, or why?
In the beginning, we had many, but unfortunately, many of the products that were being sold were not legal.
Okay.
And as a Muslim Islam, or as a good Christian or God-fearing person, I could not accept that you come and sell, because you would jeopardize everybody in terms of that. So we tried to encourage them to change your product, get other things. We did a lot with microwave loans. Back then, Fleet Bank helped us. Anything to try to say, you don't have to do it this way, because now you're going to risk everybody. So they had a lot of the bootleg tapes. This was going on then. And unfortunately, a lot of the African American folks, they were engaged in those things. The what do you call it? The knockoff pocketbooks and all these kind of things and what have you. So it made it very difficult. And some of them we was able to get to change, and they're still with us.
So it's a great thing in terms of economic development that you're doing in the community. And I think a lot of people are not aware of, and that's why we thought it was important to have you speak and share, just in terms of real estate. But where do you think we're going, and what can we do with the state of economics, because a lot of people are struggling. You mentioned the AMI and all of that. Where do you think we're going with that, and what input are you and the mosque having on that?
We're having a great input in terms of the spirit of entrepreneurship, which is really part of our heritage. Whether you're here in America, here with slavery, whatever it is, we never lost. That's part of our genetic makeup. And we can see that with our brothers and sisters coming from the native, from our land. The entrepreneur that we know how to go and produce and do things in the right way in order to generate capital. And I think the more we pool our resources, the more we talk with each other and share with each other the goodness of what we're doing, the better we'll be. And if we stay with that goodness and that great spirit that comes out of the church, comes out of the mosque, come out of the synagogues, comes out of these faith-based pieces, and also just good people who want to do good things, then there's a lot we can do. And we can produce a lot, and there's a good need for it. As you see here today, the spirit that's in here, the people is vibrating in what have you.
Right,
Because
and that's our other reason we want to make sure everybody knows that you're here.
And because it's us.
Open,
we're one human family. That's how I look at this. We're one human family. And as I always say, when I heard my leader, Imam Muhammad says, every baby is born. And every baby that comes in this world, we don't care what color, what language, what's name, you will hear no baby. Chinese, Asian, African, European, Native American, no baby comes out of this mother crying in a different language. They all cry the same. They all cry in the same language. That's a great sign from God to tell us that humanity is one. And what have you. So I deal with it from that perspective.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, thank you for that. Are there any specific programs that entrepreneurs can get involved with that you're incubating?
At this point here, we are working on some other programs within our school there at the mosque to continue to help with audio-visual aids, IT stuff. We're doing that now, even the music industry. So we're doing a lot of that in the mosque, in our school on the second floor, and we'll be promoting more about that, and even entrepreneurship, because not just here. Many of these vendors travel all over the country to special events. So to show that you can't make it one place, you can make it another place. You know what they say about New Yorkers? If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Imam Pasha. We're looking forward. It's hopeful. And, of course, we're hoping that a lot of support for Black media comes through, because media is important. It's the message. That's why Harlem Network News is here doing what we do. Final question. How are things with our new Mayor, Mamdani? What have you seen? What expectations do you think we can have? Have you had any meetings, or how can we be a part?
Well, no, I have not had any meetings with him yet. We have met on several occasions as he was running for office and what have you. And I have great respect for Mayor Adams.
Absolutely.
He did a lot of great work, and I supported him very strongly. And now we have Mayor Mamdani, and we're going to work with him strongly in more housing that's needed. He's pushing affordable homes, and to address some of the issues within city government under the housing programs, where there are a lot of availability, as he said when he was running, but the city itself and those apartments are not taking advantage of it. And we hope that we can play a part to bring back and finish what they call third-party transfer of buildings, TIL buildings, and things like that have been sitting for 20 years and never took it to where it was intended to go. So we hope that we can do that and put more people into owning home ownerships and etc. Own those apartments. That's a different mentality, a different situation, and that's what they were meant to do. But for 20 years, because of other politics, it made it difficult. So we hope under him, he'll be able to make us happy.
Okay. So we look forward to that home ownership, because that's extremely important.
Absolutely.
It's generational wealth.
Absolutely.
I know I saw, I believe it was a story in the Amsterdam that was, talking about the co-ops and so on and so forth. That's an easier
reach,
Right.
but we really want the full home ownership.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
thank you for doing what you do.
Yes, ma'am. Well, praise be to God.
So
Thank you.
any
for,
final words? Anything?
Well,
you'd
praise
like
be to God. You know, we're here and we're in. It appears to be some tough times. It appears to be some people say the worst of times, but God is great and never absent.
Okay.
And that's all we got to do.
Thank
Keep-
you.
keep
and
moving.
your interview was a tribute to that.
Well, praise be to God.
Because I was on my way out.
Yeah, praise be to God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Terri Wisdom, and this is Harlem Network News. And I'm absolutely supporting putting my money where my mouth is on this new opening day of the Mart 116. Thank you. Harlem Network News, support.